Little Trumpy loves it, guys. Little Trumpy loves it. So we are here, Trump Talk Live US. I hope y'all got a little chance to catch the notification I gave you on our main page. Trying to do some different things to make sure we are able to transfer over the show here to Trump Talk US. So welcome to the show. We're just gonna vamp a little bit on Henry while we wait to get some people into the show. So let's keep going, Henry. Hey, Kim, how's it going? Hey, Fred, welcome. So let me know if that worked a little better just by giving everybody a heads up. I'm gonna turn on the Christmas lights. I said we can keep our shotguns. Come on, Trump, yeah. There we go. Still festive season. Enjoying our Henry while we get some people in here on the feed. Got a lot of stuff to talk about, you guys. There's a lot of stuff going on. We're gonna talk about DACA. So good. Oh, so good. We're going to talk about Donald Trump and naming MLK Park. We're going to talk about the Democrats. We're going to talk about these primaries. We got a lot of work to do in 2018. Hopefully, we might even have a special guest pop in. It's going to be a good show, you guys. So welcome to the show. You're watching the show right now. Please click share so that we can make sure Zuckerberg doesn't stop. Don't let Zuckerberg do this to me. That's what he wants to do. He just wants to shut Suzzanne up. Don't let him do it. Click share. That's what's up. It's so hard to put Henry down. It's so hard to put Henry down, but we got news to do, guys. Oh, I love my Henry. Henry Davis, everybody. If you do not know Henry Davis, he is a fantastic patriot. Did a great interview, I believe, on Larry Elder's show just yesterday. So if you don't know Henry, find him on Facebook, find him on YouTube, and follow what he's doing because he is making some moves. My Henry is making some moves. Excellent. So welcome to the show, you guys. Let's talk a little bit about some things you might not have heard Trump did because everybody was too busy talking about Oprah and talking about DACA and talking about, oh my gosh, the Republicans are mad because Trump wants to work with the Democrats. Everybody's mad on Facebook. You see everybody posting, oh, if Trump does DACA, I'm not voting for him in 2020. Shut up. Everybody just shut up for a minute. Let the man negotiate. But first, let's talk about a few things he's doing that's really great for this country before y'all start jumping ship over one issue that we don't even know what's happening yet. Okay? Yesterday, Donald Trump signed with executive order the MLK, Martin Luther King Jr. historical site has been turned into a national park. How you doing, Lori? How you doing, Mary? I know, right? I know, Kim, right? She LOLs. I know. People are making me grumpy about this. How we are treating this president who is busy every day doing work for us, you guys. And just because he negotiates a little bit, just because he actually does the job of president, reaching across the aisle to at least give the illusion of bipartisanship. We're going to talk about the bill. Denise, did that help? I gave you the little heads up video on the homepage. We're going to try to transfer this over because we do want to use the Trump Talk US page because as you all know, maybe I can... as you all know, I got my paperwork in the other room that has the little paper. I'm going to have to get Alex to bring me the paper and chalkboard in the other room. Maybe he'll do that. Maybe he'll listen to the show and actually do that. So, the Ninth Circuit, Laura, you know as well as I do, the Ninth Circuit is the worst circuit. It's just a circus court over there. So, but let's talk a little bit about Donald Trump. First, something really great. He has made a national park. Martin Luther King historical site has been turned into a national park. Donald Trump continues to reach out to the black community, black Americans, African Americans, whatever kind of Americans you want to call it. I'm not a fan of the hyphen. You know, I'm not really even a fan of the fact that we've decided we have to divide everybody up by color. Isn't that ridiculous? But if we're going to do that, if that's how we're going to work things, then we have to, let's not hyphenate. I feel like hyphenate is worse than just call it what it is. It's bad enough We're dividing everybody up. So, but Donald Trump, if we're going to divide everybody up, that is what it is. Donald Trump has continued to, see, Alex is great. Alex is great. He brings us the chalkboard, the disclaimer. So we're legal. The FEC won't get us. Great. So, Donald Trump continues to reach out to the black community like no Republican ever before. And I'm so excited to watch my president do that because you all know, we've heard for years, the Democrats lay claim to the black vote in this country. They basically, if you are black, they presume you are going to vote for them. And they have taken that vote for granted again and again and again. And we also all know that the Republicans, for decades, for a long time, have ceded that ground to the Democrats. Basically, we're not going into the urban cities. We're not going into the deep black communities because we're not going to get that vote anyway. Really? Because the black folks I know actually are much more politically, if you talk to them about their policies, their things that they hold dear, they're actually much more politically aligned with Republicans than they are with Democrats. Did you ever notice this? When you go and talk, they want jobs, they want their taxes low, they like to be able to protect themselves in their dangerous communities via the Second Amendment. They want school choice because their schools they're predominantly pro-life. They're often very Christian people, just like you see in the Republican Party, not so much like you see in the Democrat Party. Isn't that weird? So why would the Republicans year after year after year cede that voting demographic to the Democrats? No reason. Other than then it's a one-party system and we're just busy fighting the behemoth, and that's what we're actually doing. That you're very exact, Mary, so much. There's a lot of Catholicism, a lot of Catholics, a lot of Hispanics are Catholic, very religious, very pro-life, very family-oriented. That's, it just doesn't jive. It's very weird and it doesn't jive with me. I know conservative choices, Denise said it's so true. Oh my gosh. Conservative choices are very important when you're broke. Yeah, when you are broke, good afternoon, Mary. When you are broke, you need more of your money back. You need less of your money going to crap you don't need. You need less taxes, hidden fees, just cost of living in your state or even country. These things cost. Now we have the insurance thing that, of course, Obamacare put us all into debt. If we couldn't afford insurance, well, the government's going to charge you money because you're broke and you can't afford insurance. Oh, but we'll help you get a plan if you're really broke, maybe, but it'll still cost. I mean, did y'all actually go in and look at the Obama? You try to say, well, I don't have any money. How do I actually get insurance? And what you end up finding out, it's still going to cost you money that you don't have. And then if you don't get it because you really can't afford it, the penalty, the individual mandate penalty. Mm-hmm. And that's what the Democrats do. That's how the Democrats understand the poor. They understand the poor by charging them money for not having any money. It's very frustrating. So finally, we have a president who has not ceded the racial demographics, to the Democrats. Finally, as somebody who's going into the urban communities, going into the black communities, reaching out, doing things that would be important to the African American community. Why didn't Obama make this a national park? Seriously? That seems like an utter no-brainer. I'm the first black president of the United States. If Martin Luther King used a gas station bathroom somewhere, we should give it some national, put a plaque up on it. Why didn't that happen under Obama? Ask yourself, why didn't Obama do more to recognize the black community, to help the urban black community with jobs, with crime reduction? What really happened under Obama for black people? What happened? Bad. He didn't do crap. And you know what? When you talk to the black community, you will find, they agree with me. They are mad that stuff did not happen under Obama. They say he's a do-nothing president. That's not even us. That's not even me. Yeah, I agree, Kim. It entirely was his mission, and he did more. He did more to divide. Yep, that's exactly what happened. But they blew a lot of smoke up the black community's butt about what he was going to do. And my President Trump President Trump has done more to help the African American community, the Black Americans in this country, my fellow patriots. He has done more to help them than Obama did in 8 years. And we're year one, babies. We are year one. So before y'all start getting mad at our president because he might need to talk to the Democrats about DACA, okay? Before you do that, let's first remember that Donald Trump is the only president who's actually breaking up the Democratic plantation. He's actually breaking up this boxed in Republican mentality, and he's actually restoring the republic. Restoring Republicanism. The idea that we have 50 states, we are a republic of 50 states, 50 different experiments, plus the little district down here, maybe Puerto Rico, a few other territories. What you got? Experiments in self-governance. And we work together on enumerated mutual goals. Enumerated. It's written down. Like the founders were very clear and wrote it all down so that we could see it. It's still there today. Just saying. So let's talk about the DACA thing, you guys. And I want to get deep in this for just a minute because I'm seeing a lot of frustration in the MAGA community, in the pro-Trump community. There's a lot of freaking out about DACA. Everyone, DACA. I want to start with saying, one, you are being led by the media to be so hyper-focused on this one issue, okay? There are a vast number of things the president is doing. President Trump is of great value to this country on a variety of levels. Whether or not these few thousand DACA participants, whatever you want to call them, are in the country or not is part. Hey, Patrick, how's it going? I love my Pat. That's my black Pat. Pat, when you get a chance to tune in and listen to the phone, I was just talking about President Trump being the best president for the black community, since, I don't know, he's kicking Obama's butt. That's what I'm saying. Pat agrees with me. Pat knows what I'm talking about. He sees the jobs coming in. You know. The black community you're going to be shocked, you guys. In 2018, going into 2020, in 2020, you are going to be shocked what happens in the Republican Party. The wave of red-pilled black Americans coming over and supporting Donald Trump. Watch. You'll see. Just remember, it's here on video. Suzzanne Monk predicted it. Just remember that. So, you guys, DACA is a small aspect of the immigration situation. And we are being led to focus on that because it's the political wedge point that the left wants to use. I agree utterly with Kim. Kim is speaking truth. Kim, so smart what you're saying. We will have a wall and no DACA. The Dems and Republicans will not reach a deal. The MAGA supporters of the same population. Yep. We get freaked out. But Kim, you're absolutely right. There is not all of the talk we are hearing right now is the art of the deal. And we talk about this so often, I feel like we're going to just have to keep talking about it because you guys keep posting freak out stuff. Like, if Trump caves on DACA, I'm not voting for him in 2020. Seriously? So, conservative Supreme Court justices, doesn't matter to you. The economy booming, jobs coming back, doesn't matter to you. Trump actually cutting regulations, cutting government spending, building up the dollar, doesn't matter. The energy boon, doesn't matter. What you all are saying when you freak out every day is if these few thousand kids have any way of staying in the country, which I don't think they're going to have a way of staying. I don't think it's going to work out, but y'all are panicking about this every day. If any of that happens, none of that other stuff that Trump did matters. I'm off the Trump train. Wow, you guys. This is why we can't have nice things in this country, because we need voters to actually be able to understand that there are a lot of issues that affect our country, and how this two-party monster, this two-headed monster, that we call politics, that we call the swamp down here, how they operate on us is they just pick a topic they want to talk about and get us all hyped about it. And we get into a huge division and we go, yes or no. And it's black or white. And that's how they continue to control our vote and control what the power structure, because they can control the vote. Once they can control how you feel and they can control how you vote, then they can do whatever they want to up there. And that's what we've had for decades. We've had a Congress. They sit in that beautiful white building that we all pay for, and they control us by manipulating these issues, these flaming issues, and they manipulate us and divide us and keep us all under their little thumbs. So, you guys, I'm going to be honest. I'm going to state it. And if this loses me friends, if this loses me people, if y'all want to be mad at me for saying this, feel free. Feel free to be mad. This is my personal opinion. My personal opinion. Okay? If Donald Trump gives some level of DACA recipients some ability to stay in this country, and what we get back from them is the wall, is increased border security, is increased border patrol numbers, end of chain migration, if we no longer have the anchor baby law. If I could trade anchor baby law for a few thousand DACA kids staying in this country, I'd make that change. I'd make that trend. I'd make that negotiation. That seems like a reasonable deal to me. I'm not going to be mad. Hear my words, you guys. I am not going to be mad if my president makes that deal. Because I understand in the long term, a few thousand kids, not the criminal ones, a few thousand kids being in this country is a tiny price to pay, is a tiny negotiation if it actually gets the rest of that stuff done. So, yeah. No more sanctuary and E-Verify. Exactly, Mary. I am willing to put all of that on the table. All of it. That should be all the stuff we get. And if I got to trade a few thousand kids who get a green card, great. I'm not mad about that. Now, I'm not mad at you if you are mad. I'm not mad if you are mad. Utterly E-Verify, Denise. E-Verify is a tool. You know, when I was younger, I used to be a little bit, more opposed to E-Verify. I was a little more like worried about the government knowing everybody. And, then of course we have the world we live in now where the NSA can actually just watch us through our, television sets or whatever they're doing. I don't know exactly what they're doing. But what I have come to realize as I grew older and understood what it's like to operate a business and to be responsible for hiring people. Hey, Jake, how's it going? Mike, thank you for sharing. And thank you so much for the compliment. What I've learned by being an employer and by knowing more people who are employers, it is so difficult to ensure that you have legal documents from a potential employee. It is such an onerous, if the employer themselves is required to not only accept the birth certificate, the social security card, the documents they're required by law to, if not only we have to do that, but we have to verify those are official documents, or we are held accountable for hiring an illegal person who presented fraudulent documents. That's utterly difficult. That's utterly an unnecessary, undoable expense for a lot of small business owners. And so you're going to, what happens is because we cannot ensure that small business owners and business owners are not having to, basically hire a private eye for every document they receive. We don't enforce the laws. We use that as a loophole, as a mechanism to not enforce the law. If we get E-Verify, if we are able to provide a system that absolves the business owner from the need to verify fraudulent documents, if that responsibility is on an E-Verify system, anyone who goes through the E-Verify system, the federal government says they are legal. According to us, they're legal. According to you, they're legal. You are not liable. What that means is we can now actually start forcing businesses to hire legally and more easily out them when they don't. And we can begin to enforce our illegal labor laws. For years, we've all said, if you want to stop illegal immigration, you have to dry up the jobs. E-Verify is, as far as I can tell right now, one of the only ways that we can move the situation we're in now forward enough to be able to start drying up the jobs by enforcing our labor laws. Right now, it is such a loophole This is one of the loopholes. This is one of the loopholes. Fraudulent documents and the inability to verify them. So E-Verify, so key. But if I've got E-Verify, if I've got an end to chain migration, if we're talking about no more anchor babies, if we're building a wall, if we've doubled or tripled, whatever we need to put on the border, let's put it there. If we've done all that, and a few thousand dreamers who aren't criminals are rigidly allowed under a specific structure, which is part of the negotiation, I'll take it. I'll take it all day long. I'll take it all day long, twice on Sunday. So all of you people who are going around saying if Trump caves on DACA, I'm not voting for Trump. I call bullshit. I'm sorry. I don't think you're going to vote for Oprah in 2020 just because Trump let a few thousand DACA kids stay in the country. That's the most ridiculous thing I've ever heard. Check your Trumper selves. Figure it out. We got a lot more on the line than one issue voting. We have a lot. There's too much on the line in this country, you guys, for one issue voting. Figure it out. So I wanted to talk about a little bit, this is a great way to segue into that. And, thank you, Mary. This is a great way to segue into that because I wanted to talk about working with the Democrats. Now, everyone got a little, Facebook, doesn't it make you crazy? You scroll through the feed and you just see people with they freak out too much. Y'all freak out too much on Facebook. Y'all freaking out too much. Now, Fred, this is what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the Democrats, okay? Because everyone got upset that Donald Trump is talking to the Democrats. And if you saw some of the things he said, you guys, the Bill of Love. We have, did you read? Did you see it? Did you see the press conference? Did you read it? Did you read him talking? The Bill of Love. Just look it up. It's so, I love my president. You're coming along and you wake up in the morning and you see the things the president has said or done the last day or just, even overnight. I love it. I love waking up to see what my president says. Yep, big corporation. You know what? Denise is actually 100,000% correct. The problem is we have to recognize that illegal immigration and not enforcing our illegal labor laws is actually just a handout to big corporations. I wish I could explain this to the left. You guys want open borders and all this illegal labor? Why do you want big corporations? You're supporting big corporations crushing the small business guy. That's what you're doing. Because that's what illegal labor does. It provides an advantage to the corporations who can afford the costs necessary to continue to flout the law. Unfortunately, that's the case. I know. So, Kim, he was tweeting today, he was talking in the press conference about we need to, in this bill, in the immigration bill, he wants to reach across the aisle and work with the Democrats because he thinks it should be a bipartisan bill. And he wants it to be a bill of love. Literally, he said a bill of love. I love my president so much. Oh, I love my president so much. He says the greatest things. So this is amazing because what Trump is really, he's kind of rubbing it in their face a little bit. He's kind of, he's trolling. He's troller in chief. And this is what I love about him because we all know the Democrats don't want to work with him at all. That's no news. That's no news. So, oh, my nose. It's dry in the winter, and so I get an itchy nose. You'll have to excuse me. I know. Mary loves him too. Yep. Touch on President Trump. We'll sign whatever. Look, and Mary, that's what we're gonna talk about. So Donald Trump he's reaching across the aisle to work with the Democrats. Everyone freaks out. We can't work with the Democrats. They won't work with us. You gotta give you can't just say I'm not gonna work with you. Then you're the bad guy. Okay? No, I don't not support big corporations, Peter, but I don't support them using illegal labor to disadvantage their small business competitors. And actually, statistically, small businesses are providing more jobs. They provide more growth opportunity. There's more job growth in more and more small companies than even in the larger companies. I mean, larger companies, they're the backbone. I agree. But where you see a lot of job growth and a lot of potential for advancement is in these smaller companies. There's a lot of our economy that is built up on small businesses. And regardless, the government should not be flouting the law to advantage big corporations. Yeah, exactly. So I know, the Bill of Love, the Bill of Love. It's so funny. It's so funny. Love trumps hate, you guys. Love Trump trumps their hate with the Bill of Love. It's just a funny thing. Now, here's the thing. He's rubbing it in their face. He's trolling a little bit because we know the Democrats aren't going to work with Trump. They have been resist the whole time, and they're not going to stop that. But when Trump reaches across the aisle, he controls the negotiation in a way they get to be the one that looks bad. Did you guys ever do this when a bully was really mean to you? When you're nice to them, when you're nice back, they look like the asshole. You don't look like the asshole. This is what Trump is doing. This is what Trump is doing. Yeah, see, this is awesome. Awesome. Fred sharing law. So check in the comments. And if you guys don't know Fred Snyder, Overpasses for America, great patriot, great organization, Overpasses for America. They do some great stuff all across the country. There are chapters all across the country. Wherever you are listening from, there is a Overpasses for America chapter. And they are a great patriot organization, getting people out. They do overpass flag waves. They do all kinds of events that get people out and involved and engaged, showing their patriotism, showing their love for their country, and, helping make the country great again. And they've been doing that actually before we had Trump. They've been doing that for a while. Overpasses. They just, with Trump, they blossom into this huge, wonderful patriot group that I am proud to be a part of. So if you don't know Fred Schneider and Overpasses for America, you should. You need to know it now. Go find it as soon as we're done with this broadcast. So, yes, Kim, beautiful, 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 beautiful. I know, he's so trolling the establishment, Denise. Kim says, he artfully says F you without saying F you. Exactly. Yeah, see, Fred, since 2013, they've been doing overpasses. Yeah, I'm telling you, Fred. Overpasses for America. Fred Schneider, great guy. And, he goes into Facebook jail a lot for you guys. So I just want you to know. That man, the struggle is real. Okay? The struggle is real. So when Donald Trump reaches across to the Democrats, he makes them look like the butts when they don't want to reach back. And what he does, listen, if you all could pay attention to this one thing. When I say, hey, don't you want to help me do this thing? And you go, no, I don't want to help you. Then I get to do what I want because you're not participating. Do y'all know the story of the little red hen? Okay. She was busy planting the wheat. She's plowing her field. And, the dog came by and he's like, what are you doing? And she's like, I'm plowing the field so I can grow some wheat so I can make some bread. You want to help me? And he was like, no. And she did all the work. Okay. She plowed the field. Other animals came. She was planting the seed. They didn't want to help. Other animals came. She was picking the seed. They didn't want to help. She was taking it to the mill. They didn't want to help then. She got home. She was making the bread. They didn't want to help. But when the bread was done, when the loaf was baked and fresh, and the smell was wafting, oh, did all those animals want a piece of the bread? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Did they get any bread? No. So when Donald Trump has made the new immigration bill, when we have immigration reform passed, when we have the wall, and they really are childish, when we have the wall bill written into law, when we have all that, and we've got the votes, and the Democrats don't want to come on board, we can leave them behind in the dust with ease and grace because we offered and they didn't want to help. They didn't want to plant the seeds. They didn't want to grow the wheat. They didn't want to make the bread. So they don't get to eat any. They don't get any credit. They get taken to the cleaners in the elections by being resistors. And you guys, this is the president's plan all along with the Democrats. He's making them prove they are resistors. And that resistance is what's going to lose them seats. He is trying to set us up for the primaries. He is trying to help us. President Trump, from the top, is trying to help us down here working on getting the primaries done, getting our MAGA candidates, getting the support, draining the swamp. This is what we're trying to do. He's trying to help us from the top. We should be helping him from the citizen level. It's not really the bottom, but you understand what I'm saying. He's trying to help us by setting up the Democrats for being resistance losers. He's putting them on record. Thank you, Chris. He is putting them on record as resistors so that we have weapons to primary these fools. Thank you, Denise. Yeah, Trump's working on it. So take that. Take that. Don't get mad at Trump. Oh my gosh. Oh, you guys, don't get mad at Trump for giving you the tools to go after these Democrats. That's what Trump is doing. When Trump says, hey, I'd like to talk about your little DACA idea or whatever. I mean, I'm going to need the wall, end of chain migration, full immigration reform, blah, 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 blah. We're going to need all this stuff. But, you know, I'm willing to talk. Sit down, let's talk. And they go, no. He's giving you the hammer to pound the nails in their coffins. Not literal coffins. That's obviously a metaphor. Just in case, you know, the trolls. Which I'm really happy to see nobody has tried to buy a couch for me today. Makes it so much easier. Makes it so much easier. So, you guys, let's talk about the primaries a little bit. Let's talk about the primaries a little bit because that literally is what we're leading into. Trump dealing with the Democrats, talking to them a little bit about DACA, okay, is the method that Trump is going to use to force the Republican establishment to do what he needs to do because he's their little friends, the Democrats that they were going to like jump on the train with. You notice how the Republicans love to jump on Democrat bandwagons for no reason. I know, right, Barry? Thank you. I appreciate that. You notice how the Republicans love to do that. Like the whole sex scandal thing. They're like, oh no, we're totally with you. Screw our guys. Get rid of them. When Trump came down and made the comment about Mexicans, when Trump came down and made this comment, they jump on the whole Access Hollywood tape, pussy grab thing, that whole thing. They jump on the bandwagon with the Democrats. Boom! Right away. They love to do that. Yeah, isn't he running? I think he's running in Arizona, Cam. I think Sheriff Joe's running in Arizona. I'm pretty sure Arizona. But aren't you excited? Totally. I'm totally excited. So, we have these primaries coming up. Let's talk about the primaries a little bit. We have a lot of work to do. Trump is doing the work from the top. We have to do the work from the bottom. If you listen to Trump's tweets, if you got Trump's tweets today, which I hope you did, thank you, Mary. I hope you are getting the president's tweets directly. I hope you're getting on Twitter and making sure you're hearing from the president. This is how he's talking to you. President Trump talks to you, the voters of Trump, every single day. Every single day. If you don't have Twitter, it's like this. So I'm sorry if you're not technologically savvy. If you do nothing else than start a Twitter account merely for hearing the president. Do it. That might have been my friend, my patriot brother Hareem. That looks like his little. If that's you, Hareem, say hello. Say hello to people. So we have primaries coming up. I knew it was Hareem. I can see it's you. I can see it's you in the little thing. Love you too. Hareem, doing some great work. And Hareem, I know you, I've been seeing, I'm glad you're actually a great segue to this because I've been seeing you out there in California, meeting with a lot of our fellow Patriot candidates, our MAGA candidates. I know you went down to Sacramento. You've been doing a lot of stuff with just keeping them. I mean, you've gotten really into it as far as understanding we need to be in the primaries. We need to start shaking hands with these candidates, start giving them our credibility because they need the movement support. And so when somebody like Hareem, who I just gonna brag on you for a minute, Hareem. When somebody like Hareem, who is big in the movement, everybody knows Hareem. If you don't know Hareem, I don't think you voted for Trump. I mean, gotta be honest. If I say the words, do you know Hareem Uziel? And you don't say yes, did you really even vote for Donald Trump? Do you know what we've been doing at all? Everybody knows Hareem. So when somebody like Hareem, and that's why I want to thank you for going out to these candidates, Hareem, and lending your hand to them. It is so key in getting awareness in the movement about these candidates. when we see a picture of Hareem with a candidate, we go, who's that guy with Hareem? It's true. It's true, we do. You know we do. And we then check out that candidate. We learn about that candidate. We find out a way to support that candidate. So what you're doing, Hareem, is so, so important. And we are definitely going to continue to be talking the more we move forward, because I got a lot of, we're working on, like I said, we're working on the database with the MAGA candidates, and we certainly want to keep the movement aware of who our candidates are, and keeping people like Hareem, like Ace Baker, like Tommy from Moar, Henry, all of our patriots across the, Deb Simmons. We got to keep all our patriots aware and sharing who these people are. Get everybody on message. Obviously Fred, even from Overpasses. We have to get these people out there, because the RNC and the DNC is not going to help us learn who our candidates are. But President Trump today tweeted about Dianne Feinstein that she should be primaried hard. That's literally what he said. President Trump understands what I have been saying, what you've been saying, what we have been saying, that we are the vehicle to put pressure on these establishment candidates. Pressure comes one important way, because there's many ways. We can call, we can email, we can show up at their office and be polite, but give them a piece of our mind. But we can run primaries against them. And how do we do that? Well, we find people who are willing to put money in their life on the line, literally, to run in these primaries against these behemoths with all the RNC money and all of the establishment backing. And there are people who are willing to do that. It is amazing what I'm finding out. Mary knows it's amazing what I'm finding out. When we go across the country, we're seeing all of these pro-Trump candidates across the country. Tons of them. Just met another lovely, wonderful pro-Trumper, Mary Jones, out of Virginia. She's running, I believe, for House seat, District 3. Great lady. Wonderful patriot. Totally on board with us. Fantastic husband. Great couple. Virginia. They got some stuff going on in Virginia, guys. We gotta work. We got to work. We have some great people running, but we need to be their support. We need to be their support. See, this is what I'm talking about, Hareem. Exactly what I'm talking about. This is why I love Hareem Azil. He is my brother. If anybody says anything against Hareem, you are saying stuff against me. This is exactly why. Because he and Arthur Shaper are going to 3 representative office tomorrow. He's engaged and he's doing the work. Denise, doing the work. I know Denise. We are like, me and Denise are like this. She's down there doing the work. I love my Denise. We have a lot of patriots. We need to get involved. If you don't call, message Hareem. He'll tell you what you can do to get involved. Message Denise. She'll tell you what you can do involved. You can help her support Bruce Nathan. Just message her. She's got a bunch of ideas, I'm sure. Yeah, District 2, Mary Jones, U.S. House, Virginia, District 2. Thank you. I knew it was a small number. I know I can count it on one hand, so there's a lot of seats and a lot of MAGA candidates. It's actually an overwhelming number of people, and I get the chance to talk to them all day. And I'm constantly impressed with what I'm hearing. I had a great conversation with Patrick Kolbeck, who's running for governor in Michigan. Big Trumper, very, very keyed in to the Make America Great Again agenda, to the America First agenda. Absolutely. Yes, see, Chris, is exactly what I'm saying. I get to see all the meetings because of Hareem. Hareem, that's what I'm telling you, man. People see you doing it, and they get to see it. So great. Yeah, Kim, that's an awesome idea. Kim says, join the group. America is speaking. It's a group to inform everybody each state of primary candidates and their background. It's great. You see, we're doing great. We're all doing a lot of great work. Kim, once we get the database up, we'll connect up with, make sure that's posted on America Speaking, and make sure we have everybody getting all access to the information all the way. Hey, Marguerite, did Zuck you for a second? Well, welcome back. So we got a lot of primaries, and there's a lot of great candidates we should get behind. If you are doing, all of the folks, I know the folks listen to Facebook Lives here. If you watch other Facebook Lives, what I'm certainly hoping to find is other patriots who are doing Facebook Lives, hopefully get more viewers than me, because we do pretty good. We do pretty good over here. We're getting some pretty good views, but I know there's some people who do huge stuff. So we're going to be connecting up with them and hopefully getting these candidates a chance to talk directly to their audiences, because right now we're like little pockets. You know, I've got my people that listen, you guys that I love so much, and then we got people, you know, and you guys are kind of connected. It's like a Venn diagram, okay? So Hareem and me have a crossover of people, but he knows people I don't know, and I know people he doesn't know. See, Facebook is kicking people off. Zuckerberg. So when we share, you know, eventually all those Venn diagrams become one big circle of red, white, and blue. America's great again. Thank you, Kim. Thank you, Kim. I appreciate that. And that's the kind of thing we can overlap our communities. You know what I'm talking about? Hareem knows exactly what I'm talking about. That's what we're going to need to do as we're going forward in the primaries. So, I just want everybody, you know, whatever state you're in, do some research, find me some candidates, make sure any candidates you hear about, any pro candidates, you hear about. And we have Bruce Nathan, Denise, we have him. We've got him in the base. We've got him in the database. We've got a lot of candidates going across the country. So much. We're working on it. And we're going to keep working on it, and we're going to keep working together. Now, one of the ways I'm working together is working with Stand with POTUS PAC. And I'm going to be talking about this more and more as we are going forward, because Stand with POTUS PAC is specifically a super PAC put together to support the policies of the president and to support the MAGA movement. Oh, good call. Good call, Marguerite. Thank you. To support the MAGA movement, to support rallies going forward, events going forward that help get out the vote, voter registration drives, all of the things that we need to do as a movement to operate our movement like a party, you know, to make sure we can support these candidates, to make sure that we help them get the signatures on the ballot, all the things that we can do. This is what the PAC going forward is seeking to be able to do. So I'm going to keep talking to you about it, because we're going to need to put some money into these super PACs, particularly Stand with POTUS, because I'm honored to be able to have a true influence in what those PAC funds are used for. And I think you all have seen me prove time and time again that I have a very clear idea of what our movement is doing. I'm very tied in with other people in the movement, and I'm very dedicated, 1,000% dedicated to the MAGA agenda and to our president, one Donald J. Trump. You know, it's not called Suzzanne Talk US. It's Trump Talk US. Trump Talk US. Trump Talk US. So, Hareem, I'm going to send you some messages and make sure that we have all of the candidates that you know out of California to put in the national database. So key. So I want everybody to take a chance. If you have a chance today, tomorrow I'm going to have some more graphics so y'all can go to these things. Go to standwithpotus.com. I'm going to post some things on my page going forward today. We're going to get the Twitter feed going. I want you guys to follow the Twitter. We're going to follow the Facebook page. We're going to get this PAC up and running and rolling across the country, helping our MAGA candidates, helping the MAGA movement do the work we need to do. So Stand with POTUS PAC. And because I just told you a bunch of times about it, the FEC requires me to show you this little disclaimer. That's legalese, because we have too many laws in this country. That's why we need to take the country back. Yeah, exactly, Jeffrey. Exactly. So I'm not afraid of a little negotiation. And going forward, we are going to keep doing some great things. Yes, Hareem, always message Mary directly with the names of the candidate, any candidates you have. She is certainly on top of it. She's doing some great work. I really appreciate all the work that Mary is doing. You know, just on the DL. Mary is doing really, really, really important work. She's actually a hero of the movement. I'm just going to say quietly, you're a hero. They don't know it yet. They'll find out. Everybody's going to find out how awesome this movement is in 2018. They don't even know what's coming. I can tell you, I hang out with establishment folks now that I'm here. Swamp adjacent, you guys. I hang out with some establishment folks. They don't know what's coming. They have no idea the passion, the commitment, the excitement, the drive, the work that everyone is doing hard, hours and hours and hours of man hours, labor. We are doing on our own dime, on our own time to make this country great again. I am so proud on a daily basis. I mean, it almost makes me cry. I'm so proud of all of our patriots doing it. I'm so proud of all of our patriots. It's an amazing time to be alive and be part of the movement. Exactly, Kim. There is truly a love of America rising. We have patriots of all. We don't all agree on politics. I disagree with a lot. I disagree with you, with folks on a lot of issues. We discuss it. But you know what we don't disagree on? You know what we agree 1,000% on? We love this country. We want it to be free. We want the country our founders bequeathed us. We want to make this country what it was supposed to be. When the founders sat there and said, hey, British, we're making our own country and we, the people, govern that country. That's what we want. And all of us are in agreement about that. We may disagree about how many immigrants we should let in, how we should let the immigrants in, what our drug laws should be, what we should be spending money on. We disagree. That's called politics. It's fine. But what has happened for decades is that politics has torn us away from our heritage of a free country. And the patriot movement says again and again, no matter whether we agree on any of the politics has nothing to do with that girl right there, with the USA. That's why I'm so proud. I am daily so proud and honored to be part of this movement. So thank you guys. Thank you for all you're doing. Keep up the good work. Send me some more candidates. Anybody, send them. We'll vet them. We are certainly going out. Now, I want to talk a minute. We had a great MAGA meetup here in D.C. at Trump International last night. I want to thank Bobby Lawrence from Pennsylvania for coming out and for his dedication. If you don't know Bobby Lawrence in Pennsylvania, you should find him. He is a candidate for Senate and a great guy. And one of the things I want to commend, you weren't there. Someone gave you a little heads up what happened. Bobby brought with him Donald Trump's America First contract. And we got a chance to see both Corey Stewart running for Senate in Virginia and Mary Jones, who we've talked about here, sign Donald Trump's America First contract with America. Great moment. Bobby Lawrence is out there helping us. He's running for Senate and helping us, the Patriots, hold our MAGA candidates to the MAGA agenda. So I just want to give a shout out to Bobby Lawrence. If you don't know Bobby Lawrence in Pennsylvania, you better get to know him. Yeah, exactly, Chris. That's what I'm working on. Certainly trying to continue to give us all focus. And hopefully Stand With POTUS PAC will be able to do things that help us continue to help that. So I know that they are excited to be able to support this database and to support the work we're doing. So if you have a chance, please go to standwithpotus.com. Got a little money to donate us. We're happy to use that to help make this country great again. So thank you all so much. Now, that's our show. We had a great show. I want everyone to calm down. Please stop threatening you're not going to vote for the president in 2020. Hey, Linda, sorry you missed. Sorry, you're welcome. Thank you for joining in right after work. Take your shoes off. We're going to end here in a second. You can go back. Boom. Bobby Lawrence, Pennsylvania Senator, and just a great guy. Great patriot. Just working his butt off. And if you don't know this about Bobby Lawrence, he has run most of his campaign. The first portion of his campaign was on his own $40,000. He put his own money in there. Didn't take a dime to run and get as far as he has. And now, of course, he has the establishment to fight. So we got to get involved. We got to help these people. Yep. Gene, that's how we do it. That's how we do it in 2020. We get these primaries going. We get this all coming together. We get the primaries, we get the energy. With that energy, we're going to take the Republican Party back. We're going to force these rhinos to do their job. We're going to get President Trump's agenda enacted. We're going to get him reelected in 2020. And then we're going to have more work to do after that. You know what? It's 7 more years of work. Thank you, Denise. StandWithPOTUS.com. Thank you, Denise, for sharing the link. But it is going to be some of the most beautiful 7 years of work we've ever seen in our life. And you know what? If we do the work right, that 8th year, it's going to start to feel a little more comfortable. We're going to have a little work. We're a little work that we're going to start being able to see the country under control. But we got to work hard while we have President Trump in office, because we finally have the wedge, the leverage, we've finally taken one whole branch. We got to use it. We got to use it while we get the chance. You know who knows that? This guy. Oh, I could listen to Henry Davis laugh all day. All day. Chris, thank you. He's been doing this for 50 years. It never stops. Well, we'll all take a vacation and then we'll come back. How about that? Oh, awesome. Fred, thank you for sharing. Tune in tomorrow, you guys. Please go and like Trump Talk US page. Trump Talk US. Go like the page on Facebook. Facebook.com/Trump Talk US. You can also find it at www.trumptalk.us. It'll take you right to the Facebook page. Like the show. We're continuing to transfer over the show to the main page, so please share the page. Let's get everybody knowing. Thanks for tuning in, you guys. This is your girl, Suzzanne Monk. Trumping out.